So this is what I got going on right now. I've got this big metal plate cut out perfectly for the floor. I got to where I got about I want to say I got about a 1 inch, or if not more, gap underneath here where I can bolt down to. So I'm going to run probably, what, how many would that be? I don't know, I'll run like maybe 6 bolts across the whole front of this. Seats and everything are just like how I like them. Right here where it's flat, I'm going to put like a 1 inch bar. Probably run it from actually about here all the way up to right around this area. That way I can actually have multiple bolt holes to where I can move the seat forward and back if I need to. But for me, I think it's actually just going to wind up staying right here. And I'll just be bolting up to the side with about 2 or 3 bolts. I got to rip the seat belt out, and then I'm also going to be taking measurements from this corner, going around the back of the cab, building that kind of like halo style roll bar setup, whatever. Once I get that mocked up in place, I can go and start working on halo for the roof, and then I'll tie into those 2 bolt holes on the A-pillar. That way the halo on the roof can be solid there and solid on the back. That's what I'm working on right now. Yeah, get this knocked out, and then I'll get back to cleaning up on welds and just touching up nitpick stuff. I still got to cut that off. Just trying to get everything tidied up before I really get to painting and blasting on it. But it's actually really comfortable with those seats now. I just got to get the cushions in there after it's all said and done. Getting some work done this morning. Been up since about 2, so I figured I'd come out here in the shop and start working. Got all that done the other day. Tie down points, massive pull point. Got the box built for all this Lexane to house the 454. Got one of the seats on top, one of the seats right here. Come on over. Gutted everything out. Cut out this 1/8 inch plate. Made it fit in just like how I want it. I'm going to go ahead and drill a whole bunch of holes all the way around it, and it's going to be bolted to the cab itself, being this whole thing's a unibody. Got a piece of tubing right there I've been using to mock up. I'm going to build a roll bar internal ring. I'm also going to build a roll bar off the top of the cab. What else we got going on? Just got to mount those racing seats up in here. Then run probably another safety bar and whatnot up in between a couple times. That way I got some tie down points for the 5-point harness. That's where we're at right now. Hopefully soon I'll be able to start sandblasting this sucker. We're getting there. So this is what we got going on. Got that whole bottom plate cut off the plasma cutter. It was hell trying to get that sucker off. Got this big old 9-inch old school grinder. I swear it weighs 20 pounds. Got this one little section I've been working on. It's taking chunks out, but man, them big old sparks come flying at you. You get to dance underneath this truck. But this is what I'm working on tonight, and get that all cut off. Hit it with the tiger disc afterwards. Have it looking nice and pretty. And then go after the rest of the truck with a tiger disc and everything I can make it easier. Use a sandblaster to get all the nooks and crannies of the build. And I got my big old tarp system I built. Keep everything contained when I go to painting it. So it took me a good minute, but I finally got her all cleaned up. Touched it up with a tiger disc afterwards. I got my 20-inch fan going up there, so probably why it's a little loud. But got the whole face of it cleaned off, nice and neat. So got to throw some primer on it, keep it from rusting. Get to messing with all the sandblast stuff. Whew. It's taking a little bit longer than expected, but trying to get every little detail I can, keep it from rusting, going through all them mud holes and whatnot in the future. So I've had quite a busy day so far. Made both bump stops for the steps. I've got the first one mounted up over here. See if I can get y'all a better view of it. Maybe. Let's see. There you go. Alright, so the way it works, comes up. Bump stop's going to be hitting dead center right here, which will suck it in and keep it from beating against the metal. Also, worked on this, wired up to 220, and turned up the air pressure on it, so it goes up to about 125 now. Just got to attach the other bump stop on the other side of the truck over here. And we are ready with air pressure and everything. So as soon as I get these bump stops done, I should be ready to start sandblasting and finish painting everything. Priming it all up kind of like I did on the front end last night. All nice and clean. That's where we're at right now. So I've been fairly busy. Got the rear shocks off. Been testing out the whole sandblast pot setup. Dust finally kind of cleared. Got sand everywhere. Cleaned all that up with the, what's that, Tiger disc. Started doing a little bit of blasting over here. Just kind of cleaning up spots. Still trying to get the hang of this. But a lot of the stuff was rusted all over. Just from it taking about 1.5 years to build so far. But we're getting there. Got a whole lot to do. So here's what I got going on. I went ahead and took off the link bars. Did a little bit of sandblasting. Wasn't happy with the way things turned out, so I went ahead and took the top cap off. And I've been needing to flush this axle anyways. This thing had so much chocolate milk looking crap all up in it. I dumped it all out. Put the plug back in it, fill it up about 2 gallons of gasoline, and rotate the piss out of it. A whole lot better now. So I'm about to pull the plug, drain the gas, do it one more time. Found out I also have a leak right there, so I got to replace the seal inside that. That ain't no big deal. Other than that, I believe that's it. That little bit of residue dropping right there came from when I was spilling the gasoline. So RTV that, fix that seal. This side looks pretty good. I'm going to clean up as much as I can, finish the top hat, and let's see, yeah, clean it all up, primer it, reassemble. That way it's ready for paint whenever I get ready to. Ooh boy. So I didn't get nowhere near the amount of work I wanted done today, but I did get the rear axle pretty much done. Still got to flip it over and finish painting the top half of it. I'm going to let that fully dry up because I do have a seal leaking on the, let's see, actually it's on that pinion. I got a seal leaking. So I'm going to let it fully dry. That way if it does drip out any of the gasoline that I poured in there to flush it out. I did dump the gasoline out, but you know, there's remnants left over of it. So let it dry, come back in about a day or so, flip it over, paint the top half, be good to go. But it came out nice. I'm happy with it.